Yeah, me too. I guess like the funny thing about Uranus gameplays is that oh man, he's making a play. Like it doesn't seem like it's anything fancy. It's just
So
some
scary.
guy with some
Spam
small,
first skill.
yeah.
Spam
Yeah.
it and spam it.
It's like yeah, somebody needs to fix that character or change his name.
I have a.
Yeah,
What?
you have something to say?
Neptune maybe.
Yeah, maybe Neptune.
But you know what? Never mind, because this time they're letting go a lot of heroes again. We won't be looking at Claude, Ling, also Luoyi,
Uranus.
Selena. But yep, Uranus or Kaja, mind you. Will they use the same strategy? Usually the same strategy doesn't work twice in a row. But we're going to have to wait and see. Is Alter Ego really comfortable with what they had just now? Will it repeat their winning streak? Or will Esmeralda be the opposite here? So they are prioritizing over Atlas and also Esmeralda.
Now, to me, what's really funny is that, yes, I do like that Esmeralda as well as the Atlas pick right here, but I feel there's a very low priority onto that Kaja pick recently, but which is why I felt they could have gone for something else when it comes down to, this sort of draft. Now, it seems like they're desperate, like they want to find something to respond, and from the side of Alter Ego, they can find ways to counter what's in store right now.
Well, interesting enough, I do see how Esmeralda can jump right where Kagura is in the backline as long as she doesn't actually expose herself too soon. I am curious about how they're gonna scale this one. Do they pick? Yeah.
Team is
Yeah, no questions asked. Okay. Move along. Let's go to phase number 2. Okay. Leo Murphy, thank you very much. We don't need that on Pi anymore. Yes, he is the MVP, but enough is enough.
You know what? He's Pi. Pi loves Uranus.
Yeah, I guess so. I love him too.
So yeah, what will they ban? Probably gonna be assassin or even a marksman. Yeah, but never mind that they're gonna ban it out with the box. Yeah, probably just to negate the fact that Baxia can deal with the shield and also the regen on Esmeralda plus that Uranus too.
Yeah, you know what's surprising to me is that today we didn't see Butts playing. And I think he's also quite
You mean you want butts on Uranus?
Yeah, he's not too bad on that hero itself. But of course, we're looking at Lancelot being quite a disruptive unit to whoever holds them.
Okay.
But
This is interesting. And we're looking at Granger, which not. It used to be one of the most favorable heroes back in the season 5 or season 4 even. But this time, they're going to play this one a bit differently. I'm talking about the rotation will be mostly done with this hero in the middle, Granger.
well, of course, the previous game, it seems like the Granger was banned away. And now that it's open, it's definitely one of the marksmen that can offer a huge chunk of amount of damage. And look at the side of ONIC Esports. It's not going to be any easy for them to catch it at all.
Oh my goodness. I like this. I like the draft of both teams. You're looking at both teams trying to get into as close as possible with this. Whatever heroes they're playing on the side of ONIC, it kind of skills or actually put up a balance here. They do have a very good hero coming from the back line, which is Kagura, but that can be reached out by the Feather Airstrike. They have the Kamala to tank everything in the front, which is a decent hero to fight against Uranus too.
And of course, now that we've already got the sides of the draft all pretty much set ready, I think it's still going to be a 50-50 on my side. And of course, ONIC Esports, this is their attempt here to find a way to survive in order to move forward in the MPL Invitational 4 Nations Cup.
Am I the only person who would love to see their hairstyles?
Oh, yes.
It's like only esports have one kind of hairstyles.
Who looks the best right here? I'm not too sure. I think Udil looks pretty cool.
5 seconds to the
Pretty much everybody's like same team, same hairstyle kind of vibe.
Oh, yeah.
It's like they're going as a team play.
Uniformity.
Yeah, they're strong team play, teamwork there, guys. They're fam. So you have to have the same hairstyle as well. But CW straight in the middle. Same goes for Charlie Boy. So this kind of a very unique draft because we have Kagura in the mid too.
Yeah, and we're seeing Leo Murphy here just laying the smackdown over Sarasi. He could not seem to actually get too much out of it, but hey, she would just regen as much as she can. But oh, yep, overstep.
Oh,
This is
no.
looking bad.
But he can still buy more time. He got a lot of regen, but Razi will go down. Oh, he whiffed it. He whiffed it. That last hit. Oh my goodness me. If Uda didn't whiff it, probably it would be the first blood, but they actually invested too much just now going in
Turn
for it
around.
with, oh man, it's just punished.
Alter Ego overstepping onto that, and like you said, a little bit of that overconfidence and just let one more auto attack would have secured it. But they've definitely calculated well enough. But here comes Yam though. Of course, you got no business to deal with Esmeralda.
Oh well, but Esmeralda, when it comes to having, oh look at how much damage that anti-mage has to offer. But okay, I have to just state things out here. We're looking at keep on having Kagura instead of Kaja. Okay, never mind that. Probably this is gonna be. I'm not sure. Is this Kagura playing as support or actually the mid lane?
It feels to me that it's a little bit more on the supportive angle, unless Sasa is going to be doing that job. But speaking of Sasa here, he might be able to actually secure one kill, but it's going to be Rossi here to pick things up. Pai dropping real low. He's going to be having a little divine judgment on his side. Sasa's going to get one for himself.
I like the fact they are prioritizing Sasa to get the level for solo in bottom. That gives him divine judgment to play with, and then they're probably going to alternate between the Kagura and Kaja to just swap the lanes a bit here and there. And you see how they just left Kagura in mid for a bit. They're just trying to distribute the levels and experience equally among the team.
Yeah, and of course, seems like they definitely found that striking balance over on their side. A little bit of boots being purchased there by CW, giving him a little bit more spacing. But Yam though, oh, this is looking quite dangerous, and one more killing spree for our dear friend that definitely picked up the right man. It's going to be the Kaja here, and yeah, this is the question that we've been asking. Why is it that some teams, they did not prioritize this pick, and it seems like this is the secret weapon for ONIC right now.
Oh, but wait for it, Rin going in for that and baited that one out. The rest of that is history, because that follows up really kind of ended that very elegantly done. But the rest of the team going back to respective lanes. CW tried to catch another one for Pai. He's playing way too much or way too deep. But now CW is really crucial for him to stay alive.
Rassi, of course, respecting territory. They've already got that one kill, and then they just got to let go of CW. And it seems like they want to actually clear off this lane and look for that turtle eventually. Alter Ego, they do have priority right now because the rest of the members of ONIC Esports, they're nowhere to be seen.
And everybody trying to play the surprise game. We're talking about ambush after ambush. Will be try to pick off any of these teams. Both teams kind of have the same mindset. We're looking at top. Yam struggles quite a lot against Anti-Mage.
Oh no.
And it's gonna be, oh, he almost got it. That's last hit, last little of health. He's still jumping for more. Finish it off with a whirl.
Oh, beautiful work coming in from Anti-Mage. He just hopped right in and just walked out of it alive. But here comes Battery Airstrike though. Jelly Boy is going to be finishing him off, and that's retribution for you.
Well, it looks like ONIC Esports game for a bit, but things kind of get a bit by bit interesting here. We're talking about almost trying to last hit that steal away, but it won't be second time. ONIC making sure they secure that turtle and plus a bonus.
Yeah, that's pretty much a great deal, buy one free one situation where ONIC Esports now looking so dominant. This was absolutely different from what we see back in game one. Alter Ego now kind of lost their touch where, they don't feel that comfortable with all these rotations here. And Yam, a couple times getting caught out. This is not going to be the best place to be, but they are buying a little bit of space for Jelly Boy to hopefully finish the job.
Oh, they don't want to overstay themselves. Yeah, I mean, in a very risky position. We're talking about the rest of the team actually backing him up. But Murphy have to just run away from this because he knows the whole team is just around the corner. So Anti-Mage, when they fight against Yam, he struggles quite some time for Yam to fight against Anti-Mage. Look at that.
Oh boy, it's great cover coming from inside of Rasty as well. Like now we're focusing towards the mid side because they are crashing right in. Leo Murphy just looking for some space, flickers out, but seems like they will land a divine judgment and eventually CW gets that kill.
He didn't land that fatal link on anybody, and that kind of a big loss for the team. They wasted so many ultimates, plus were forced back to regen at the same time, losing a mid turret, and now probably potentially losing one more turret on top if they are pressuring the lane, depend on which one, because it seems like Kaja is doing a lot of work bottom, while anti-mage will be a huge problem later on if they don't deal with this right now.
Of course, Animage so far having quite a really good run for himself as the Tam is now playing so much more cleaner than what we saw earlier on. And over the top side, of course, they try to brick wall him again with the Pi, which, you know, he's just going to be scaling eventually, which now we're getting the turtle. It's only about 6 minutes and a half, and ONIC Esports have already cleared off so much space that they have so much control of their jungle.
And look at top. Pi is not happy about this because look at how much it's not the same Uranus like last game. We're talking about, well, there's a lot of carry kills there. At the same time, Leo Murphy tried to run away. There's a lot of flame shot being thrown, and Leo Murphy just gonna buy more time. They won't take the bait at all. ONIC being very cautious when it comes to this game.
And Yam just running in towards his own demise with 3 members on top of him. This is going to be giving ONIC Esports another lead. Like, things are just not looking all too well for Alter Ego this time around. So perhaps ONIC Esports still has it in them, and they are looking to push it back to maybe a 2-1 win. Because this looks to me is very much a heavy one-sided relationship that we're looking at.
Yep, plus that, wait for it, Murphy seems like trying to position himself in a fatal link, but it seems like being denied there. ONIC Esports being very quick when it comes to going counter-attack measurement. Speaking of which, I do kind of question, is it better for the Esmeralda to swap the lanes instead of fighting against Anti-Mage straight ahead? On the moment he knows that he cannot win that lane, he should swap it.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Like, they should have actually moved right in. Of course, Uranus should have actually taken a little bit more of that rotation initially, and now they have to suffer the blow. Like, all these survey mistakes actually come in from objectives that they did not really have the manpower to do so, and I'm not surprised if he falls down right here, but he is, giving that killing spree over to Anti-Mage.
I think Anti-Mage can change himself a name into Anti-Heal or Anti-whatever shield, you know.
Literally, I mean, Esmeralda is still a mage.
Yeah, well, but then even the Uranus, no regen heroes can fight against this Tamus. It's invincible.
Yeah, of course, the best pick of the scene so far for this sort of a scenario. And Sasa, more goal, more power, and eventually ONIC Esports, they can actually go in to force something out of this because they are perhaps going for the catch. And speaking of catch here, Murphy soaks in a little bit more and looking for a fatal links. They do not have positioning for the side of Alter Ego to commit to a fight.
Yeah, the brute force played kind of wise time, but look at that burst damage. That is Leo Murphy going down and away. He cannot even do anything about it. They have divine judgment. They have the yin and yang overturn. That's pretty much an explosive death there. And while on top, we're looking at Esmeralda again being haunted by none other than this Tamus, who kind of has his eyes on only Yam throughout the whole game.
And yeah, they're just going chasing time after time. There's no way that he can win Anti-Mage at all. Same goes to Udale. They should give this one up. But there's no better man to actually hold off to instead of like Pi. And Pi is on the opposite end of the direction. And this is the reason why things are going so badly for the side of Alter Ego and it's getting a little bit harder to watch.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to Alter Ego. It seems like a different team from the first game. They have a lot of quite a miscom. 0-5-0 Yam, Leo Murphy, no kills whatsoever. Most of them are giving so many kills on that side. 14-4. This is a reverse game from what they performed before this. Previous game was something that it feels like they have the momentum, but they are all over. It's a mess for Alter Ego, this one.
Definitely looking like a very hot mess right here. Just a couple of camps being left available inside of the jungle, but they take what they can get as well. Look at the goal difference here, almost 10K of the difference. If we're on a count, precisely it's about 8,000. Let's have a look into some of the boots, shall we?
Oh, pretty much, I think gonna go for the feather, which is, you know, one of the most expensive items for Kagura. So that's basically gonna boost his HP or even the magic points. But that fleeting time is really crucial. They do have one necklace of Durance, which is gonna be the Kaja, and same goes for Udil. A lot of brute force played here. We're talking about all of them are being forced to go for defensive items.
And now it seems like they just let Lore walk right in. This seems to be a waste of Lore, if you ask me. Like, they could have used it for something else, but they are planning to open up the bottom side. Yes, one tower sounds good. What about two towers in general? Now, they do stack up the waves very well because the cannon minions are all in set, but oh boy, big ult coming from the side of Lil Murphy as they are dragging everyone right inside. But ONIC Esports, of course, just having too much of sheer firepower to just fight on this situation. Pi as well as Yam, they're going for the chase. They're not letting them back for now. But ONIC Esports, they are having minions over the top side. They can actually take it down.
Oh, almost got Pi away, but that is just Pi buying time, trying to defend him, but too much target for Udi to land that feather airstrike, and it's just gonna clean off the base like nobody's business, and that's Esmeralda going away and disappeared less in 1 second again, and the burst damage is real coming up from ONIC Esports. We're talking about Drian, making sure that Yin and Yang Overton will get their kills, will secure the 100% kills as well. While Anti-Mage sort of being super tankier, we're talking about he is unbeatable for now. And Race is just making sure he zones everybody out. Look at that, the Winter Dragon for Sasa. That's a huge damage output coming from a Kaja.
Now it's only down to Rassi, but of course there's no minions left whatsoever. ONIC Esports still trying to brute force their way in one more time as they are looking to actually end the game. A couple more taps coming from CW, but it seems to be that Tam is here. They say, okay, you know what, Animation just wants a little bit more time to play around with their food.
Yep, CW just gonna try to finish it up, but no minion whatsoever to just back him up. But now he will struggle this one out. Yam is not giving up. He's the only person for the side of ONIC Esports. Will it be something that will be terribly going against them? And will this actually cost them the whole game? Because we do know anytime Alter Ego can come back. Look at how fast that to push as well for Jelly Boy. Even clean up the jungle quite well here. But can they actually win with this one push?
This is the thing that we really need to actually look into, because Pi, of course, he's getting tankier as it goes. Right now, he's the one really taking the short end of the stick alongside with Yam, just taking every single damage along the way. Alter Ego does not have CW, so there's very much a lack of DPS. So Alter Ego takes advantage from the bottom side as well as the mid lane here. But mid lane being cleared up, they should be able to actually secure this one, leaving only a couple of inhibitor turrets behind, as well as a tier 2 in the mid lane.
Seems like a bit of a comeback for Alter Ego Esports. One simple mistake, the whole team got wiped out just now, except for one single person, and that's CW. And at the same time, if they manage to wipe out CW, it will be probably the end of ONIC.
Yeah, and they overstayed their welcome inside of the base, which I felt wasn't really the right decision. Now, of course, speaking of right or wrong doesn't mean that, you know, Pi has been all too perfect as well. Now there's going to be come in inside the jungle. Fatal Links. Rassi's going to connect that, but over on the side of Pi, Sasa going in with the Divine Judgment over the side of Udil. Udil will survive. Yam's going to be running right back as well. Lil Murphy. Oh my goodness, this is going to be really bad for the side of ONIC Esports. Oh boy, Alter Ego will crush them up, leaving only Drian behind.
You see how they played the tag game just now, but Yam still will be still deal by Drian here, but Pi have to take a revenge because why? Anti-Mage is nowhere to be seen. No Anti-Mage, Pi's gonna be A-okay. I love the fact how they play the tug of war and how they just chew things out, making sure nobody dies. But Lil Murphy's still gonna see the next day. Sally Boy, Charlie Boy just finished on one more turret at the bottom.
The damage.
Last single barrels, they need Charlie Boy to survive. That's right. Oh my goodness me! What just happened?
What a big play coming from Jelly Boy. The Sonata came online and this is where things just went sour for ONIC Esports. The biggest comeback is coming alive. Rousey now looking over the side of the Lord as they are trying to secure this one in the back. Alter Ego needs this one to actually take the game. Pi going for the race as well. There we go. The Lord goes in for Alter Ego Esports.
My goodness, they were too overconfident. They were too comfortable just now, thinking they might just get away with this. That was a hard punish coming out, and ONIC Esports have to be super serious. The Lord is already spawned and marching in the bottom lane, while on top we see Yam trying to split push. At the same time, that play, my goodness, Udil and Charlie Boy, what happened?
We thought that they will go down. Leo Murphy did survive that, and that already was a big shock to me. And the next thing that happened, Charlie Boy, that rotation. We did not expect that to happen at all. Then now that they have this Lord, this is going to be all too good. Alter Ego is looking to book their ticket in. They want to get to the next stage. They don't care who else will be on their way. They are taking down one of the top teams of Indonesia, and they're doing it one step at a time. But there we go. There's another already. Pi now taking down Rousey to lower to the health. Leo Murphy opens up the mid lane as well. Top side does not matter anymore. They're going in for the fatal links, and now Charlie going down low. He does have immortality, buying a little bit more time here. Sasa trying to defend as much as he can, but there's no more minutes. Where can Yam run? He cannot go anywhere at all. But now, with the base being exposed, we are back to square one.
My goodness me, and can Udil defend this solo? I'm talking about he just popped his feather astra whenever he can, clear the wave as fast as possible, and he knows he has to buy time for Charlie Boy. If only Charlie Boy actually online, he can just defend this one round, but he got his feather astra, so that's pretty much more than enough that they can offer, because that will wipe out the crit wave marching in.
Yeah, and of course, this definitely is a huge news. So far, Udil is the only guy in the entire game that has never been taken down at all. Doesn't matter if you're a support, if you're a mage, like, this is a very big news, especially when you are being able to survive to defend this base. That is enough value for Alter Ego Esports to prepare for the next Lord, which I feel whoever gets this will definitely get the game. We're 17 minutes, 50 seconds in, and now it's pretty much do or die. In ONIC Esports, of course, have their hearts throbbing right now. It could have been anyone. They need this one win, or else it's all over, and Alter Ego might be able to move forward.
And they are waiting for the next slot, which going to be almost 1 minute over, and it's going to be the one that's winning this lot. Or maybe even if they are too distracted with the lot, they can split push too. So who makes it faster? That's the bigger question here. We're talking about, can Leo Murphy withstand the damage that being soaked in? By time, like you said, even Pi can just sustain a bit more, because more time taken off for them to actually buy the items now.
Exactly, and they really have to play the map well. We're looking at a little bit of a split coming in, 1-3-1 formation from the side of Alter Ego. Doesn't matter if there's a little bit of stun, but look at this. They can't actually find some members to actually decoy that Lord, and oh no, this is a big catch coming in.
Oh, he uses winter retention, and that was smart of him, but it's not going to be enough. That burst damage coming from the back here. But Rousey is really low. He got himself that shield for now. They need to play the guy. But look at the same time, Yum is trying to just push the side lanes that force the anti-mage to go back towards the base. What's really important for their key player, ONIC Esports, really crucially in dire need of that anti-mage. If they don't have anti-mage, they won't survive that long. But Yam is being chased. They're gonna go for the commitment here, but jumping with his falling star and Moon. Oh my goodness me, he still survived. What happened? He got immortality and will be popped. No!
Oh my, there's more members on the side of ONIC Esports now chasing over to Yam. This is going to be a golden opportunity for ONIC once more. They don't have 2 members up online, but Pi will come up really soon. But what can they do? Are they going to be holding on? Are they still going to be attempting that Lord? Because none of these guys, none of them actually have retribution coming in from the side of ONIC Esports. If Charlie Boy gets there in time, he can go in for a steal, but Animation, of course, does have that immortality up. ONIC will have 4 members already crashing right in. Is this going to be the right moment here? Leo Murphy is crashing right in, and now it's going to be do or die. Things are looking very bleak, but they need to actually try something. out of nowhere. But ONIC Esports, they're putting so much pressure, and it's only Leo Murphy. How much damage can he take? It's going to be ONIC Esports taking that Lord, but it will be one big fatal links to actually pull them forward. What can they do from the back? It's going to be Andy Major, of course, pulling a bit more time. And ONIC Esports now have a big smile on their face.
A bit of a misposition moment there. They need everybody alive for Alter Ego Esports. At the same time, they have to know how to juke things out. We've seen that one particular war that won themselves a turnover event for this game, and that's how they're playing a tag team. If they don't play the tag team head straight on, it won't be possible for them to take one down.
This is going to be a little bit more difficult than they think. They have Charlie Boy still having immortality. All these shots of Death Sonata is missing out. Alter Ego right now on the brink of defeat, and it seems like Sessa gets that big catch with that Divine Judgment. Buys onwards that immortality, but now with that Lord marching in, this is going to be over as we are taking this and towards Game 3.
Goodness me, that was a really close comeback for Alter Ego. They won that really on a very